Hey, this is future Dr. Jim coming at you from after I recorded the video. I noticed in editing that the software I used did not record any of the game audio, so I apologize in advance for that, but enjoy the video anyways. Hey, how's it going everybody? My name is Dr. Jim and welcome to the first ever episode of the ScrapHeap SMP. Server actually just loaded up today. Today's the first ever day, so you can see I only got some iron armor on me. I got my iron tools and my hotbar. I got a base, but in this episode I'm just going to focus on building my base up a little bit. So yeah, let's get right to that. So pretty much all I'm thinking about doing is one of those underground bases. I'm going to dig out a little circular area and kind of inset it into the ground, put some glass panes, or actually no, not glass panes, that would look awful. I'm going to put some glass blocks in the top, some slabs around the outside, it'll look nice. Alright, so I got my iron shovel out here in this hand, and I got my circle generator pulled up on my second monitor, so let's get to digging. It appears we have found a friend. How's it going, Nephilim 12? I know he can't hear me, but it's still fun. It appears I have messed up somewhere. I really don't know where it could be. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really don't know where I messed up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, there it is. It's supposed to be 2 groups of 2, just like this, and I only have the 1. So, gotta fill all this back in. I didn't even realize that this was going to intersect with this pond here. Probably should have planned that a little bit better. There's no way this is right. What did I do? There's 7 here, and there's 2 and 2, then 1, 2. Can I help you? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. There it is. Well, the good news is it's not going to intersect the pond. Can you be... As I was saying, I definitely did mess this up, but the good news is it's not actually going to intersect with this pond over here, which is a plus. And there we go. Now it's the perfect 25 radius circle. I apologize, I'm usually not that bad at digging out circles. Alright, so now that the initial framework is kind of laid out, what I'm going to do now is kind of just hollow out this whole area, make sure there's no areas like this popping out, and then we can get to building the actual base. So I got the initial shape built, dug out, so now what I'm going to do is probably dig down a couple more blocks, and then I can go start gathering up some oak wood. I'm planning on going for kind of an oak wood and spruce wood kind of palette with cobblestone and stone bricks, so hopefully it turns out pretty nice. But yeah, back to the digging. Alright, so I got the main shape carved out. You know, it's just a 4 deep circle. Or, is it 4 deep? But it's a 25 radius circle, and I am going to eventually line the walls. I'm going to use oak planks and logs and things. There are a few ores, obviously, that I still have to carve out, but right now, what I decided to do is I need to go to the mines, because I feel like this whole building experience would be a lot quicker if I had some diamonds, so be right back. Alright, so I came back up because I ran out of torches, but I remembered that I was going to add some stairs on the staircase down to my mine, so you know, I don't have to jump every single block every time I want to come up. But I don't remember... Oh, it's in my hotbar. so I got my stone cutter, and I measured I need 56 blocks, and if I could just put all my stuff away. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lay down these staircases all the way down to my mine, and I'll, break these top blocks along the way. I just realized I don't have a pickaxe. Are you actually kidding me? So apparently I miscounted the amount of stairs I need, and I actually have one less than the amount it takes to get all the way down here, so pardon me while I go cry in a corner. Never mind, I'll just craft one. Yes, and it's an 8 vein. Let's go. Alright, so now that I found some diamonds, I'm gonna mine out the rest of this tunnel, and then I'm gonna head up and I'm gonna start working on some other stuff. Alright, so since I found 8 diamonds, that means now I have enough for a pickaxe, a sword, and an enchantment table. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna work a little bit more on my base, and so eventually I'll be able to fit an enchantment table somewhere in there. I'm not entirely sure where I'm gonna put the enchantment room yet. I think I'm gonna start digging off into some separate rooms, or maybe I'll just quarter this off so that, there's 4 rooms in each of the not corners. So there's a room in each of the segments here. So now that I have some diamonds, it's time I start working on my base. Now, like I said before, I am going to go with kind of an oak wood and cobblestone stone brick palette. So yeah, I'm just going to start gathering up some wood, and then I'll smelt some of my cobblestone into stone so I can make some stone bricks out of it. I'm actually pretty excited for this base. I've never built a base in this style, so hopefully it turns out cool. So before I actually start throwing any wooden planks in here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these logs and put them up in the corners or something. I'm thinking maybe I can put like a pillar somewhere like that, and then that was a bad idea. I can put a wooden pillar somewhere like that, and then have wooden planks kind of inset into the wall. So this is the design I went for. It is definitely subject to change just because, it's something I threw together very quickly. If you have any suggestions for it in the comments, please let me know and I'll definitely look into it. But I am just going to repeat this all the way around the circle, and then I'll get to work on the floor. Didn't realize that the server owner didn't turn off phantoms. Now I've got these to deal with. I mean, honestly, if you voted for these things, what's wrong with you? I don't know how I did this, but I ended up grabbing the perfect amount of logs for this section of the wall. I love when that happens. I do have all that to do though. And I have the perfect amount of wooden planks. I am a legend. I just realized I put these logs in the wrong spot. And also, I didn't grab the perfect amount of wooden planks because I still have this whole wall to do. But it's fine. Alright, so I finished work on the walls here. Now I need to do the floor. Now I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do for the floor. I think I'm going to run some slabs around the edges here, and the main floor is actually going to be down one more block, and then I'm going to do the kind of the same thing up at the top, and I'm going to place some grass around the edges so that it's not, sticking up out of the ground. At least digging out this floor part is giving me a reason to dig out all these other ores, because I've been putting it off for way too long, and I knew I would because I always do. Why is it raining again? It's rained like 3 times since the server started. I don't understand. But can we just take a moment to appreciate how good that looks on the top of the grass? I mean, oh my gosh. It's so shiny. One thing that I did not consider when I crafted all the logs I had into planks is that since I'm going to be extending this down one more, that means I have to extend the wall down one more block as well. And I don't have the materials for that anymore. Now that I've finished digging out this bottom block, I'm going to extend all of this wall down one. But what I think I'm actually going to do is I might just fill it in with stone bricks here. I think that might look kind of nice. Yeah, and I'll do the same thing on the top. So it'll have this foundation of stone bricks going around the bottom. Oh my gosh, I had the perfect amount of stone bricks. I am insane at that. So I've extended these walls down by one, and now I'm just gonna start throwing these oak slabs around. Now, should I put them in the corners like that? I think I might do that. That actually looks kind of nice. No, actually, I changed my mind. I don't really like the way this looks. I want the slabs to be a part of the wall more than part of the floor, and I feel like kind of putting them on the corners like that makes it feel more like it's part of the floor, if that makes sense. So I've just finished laying out all of the oak slabs on the ground, and I have to say I do really like the way this is starting to look. I feel like once I add all the design in the floor and I, put the roof on it, I think this will really start to feel pretty homely. It really does feel like this rain just never ends. Is this what it's like living in the UK? I mean, I've heard the talks about how dismal the weather is there, but I've never actually experienced it. This is just miserable. Oh my god, why? It's so easy to do this on accident. There really should be a separate tool for stripping logs. Like, you should need to use shears or something, because it's way too easy to do this by accident, and it's so aggravating. Please, Mojang. I just realized that I have a ton of sand in my old starter base that I built when I first got on the server. So I'm on my way back there now if I could not get shot by these stupid skeletons. I'm on my way there right now so I can grab out all that sand because I need it for when I put the glass on the top of my base. There she is in all her glory. Funny thing is, I never actually built a staircase up to this house, so I have to do this water elevator thing every single time. That's part of the reason I moved away from this area. I'm surprised all my old stuff is still here, but I'm really only here for the sand. Didn't realize I still had some gunpowder in here, but that's pretty useful. But I guess now it's off to my actual base, so see you when I get there. Ooh, that was sick. Oh my god. Dude, I almost just died. Leave me alone. No. Get away. Okay, I'm back, and I'm just gonna throw this sand in here. Basically what I've been doing is I put some pillars right there, all the way up to the top of this outside edge, and I threw some logs in here to kind of look like a support or framework. I am going to throw some more going this way, but I don't really have enough logs for that yet. So yeah, off to the forest. Glass is just finished smelting, which means we're ready to get to work on the roof. Now, I went ahead and I added this little section to it just because I don't want the entire roof to be glass. And honestly, I don't really like the way it looks, but I'm not going to keep it this way. And oh my god, there's phantoms again. I'm going to get to work on filling all of this stuff in, and I'll get back to you when I'm done with that. So I didn't have nearly enough glass to finish the roof, so I am off to go to the desert. Ferrari 72. He says that the closest desert to spawn is at X300Z -100. So I'm headed over there now, and I'm going to gather up some sand for my roof. I actually did measure it out. I know exactly how much sand it's going to take, but I'm going to grab a little extra because just in case I'm wrong. Bruh. Okay, so it's now day 2 of the server. I didn't really do much last night because I just kind of tired, and I felt like I wasn't going to put as much effort into the content as I wanted to. But this morning I did do a little bit of improvement. I brought these logs up by one and I stripped them. I added these slabs and then these fence gates going across, and last but not least I added these stairs going down. Oh, and I finished filling the glass. So the next thing I wanted to do is kind of just work on the interior of my base. Now that just kind of means the floor, making the rooms and stuff, filling out the outside walls. I wanted to fill in this kind of wall with glass and then just have, rooms going through here. It's going to be fun. It's going to look nice. So like I said, I'm going to fill in this area with glass blocks, so when you're coming down you can still kind of see into the base, and I think this gives it way more of an open feel, which is kind of what I was going for. However, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep the area under the stairs or not. I might, just so I can add more rooms in this direction, but I'm not entirely sure just yet, so I'll just have to wait and see. So I did take to the internet a little bit to figure out the design for this base, mostly just like the glass part and the circular underground kind of aspect of it, but it was basically just for aesthetic purposes. The interior is going to be completely my design. And apparently all the mobs in the server are at my base now. My armor just broke. Bro, is that spider boxing the skeleton? Oh my god, why are there so many? There's even a spider jockey! What is going on? This is ridiculous. Jeez. Oh my gosh, finally. Oh no, I didn't need to put it here. Okay, so I didn't have enough sand again to finish the glass part of my build, so I'm off to the desert to go gather up some more sand so I can smelt it into glass and finish that part of my base. It's gonna be a long trip. I've decided to gather up way more sand than I think I actually need because I don't want to have to come all the way back to this desert again. Alright, so I finished smelting all the glass. I got it soldered in. I can show you down here. So I finished these side windows, and I also added this middle part with a slot for a door to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add sort of a wall going around the outside just to give it a little bit more detail. I'm going to make it only one high right now, and then I can go around and add a little bit more detail to it, maybe some leaf blocks after I'm all done. Also, another thing I'm going to add is I'm going to dig out this area kind of around here just to make it pop a little bit more, because I don't want this wall to be flush with the grass. And then over here, I'm actually going to add some dirt because I don't want the walls to be poking up above the grass. So I've got the basic wall done. I've left some holes around the sides where the stairs are because I'm planning on putting some fences and fence gates in that area. I'm going to actually craft a pair of shears. Now this way I can go gather up some oak leaves. Oh, and by the way, if you're in a survival multiplayer server, do not leave trees like this, you absolute animal. Cut them down. Is it really not worth the time? Like, come on. So now that I have the leaves, all I'm going to do is just kind of throw down some of these around the outside of the framework of the base so I can kind of just make it look like there's brush going around the outside. And for the last part, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of the sections of this wall up by one. I'm not going to bring the entire wall up, but I'm just going to go around placing blocks in random places, kind of like what I did with the leaves. So now that the top layer is done, all that's left for this build is the floor. So what I'm planning on doing for this part is kind of just aligning this inside section here with stone bricks, and then I'm going to add some logs going in a cross formation, kind of like they are in the roof, and then the rest of the blocks are just going to be oak planks. Oh my gosh, I had the perfect amount of stone bricks. I don't know how I keep doing that. And I didn't count it. I guess I only used a stack, but it's still pretty cool. Alright, so as you can see, I've just finished putting in the floor in my base, and with that note, I think that's a wrap on this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and consider subscribing. It's free. You can always unsubscribe if you want to. But yeah, I do plan on making this into a series, and I'm very new to this whole YouTube thing, so if you guys have any tips for me, just let me know in the comments, anything you want to see. Next episode, I am definitely planning on, establishing the interior of this place way more, adding some farms. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace out. Oh, and if you want me to turn off the shaders, just let me know. I know they can make it hard to see. Okay, bye.